Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do something different. I'm going to talk about a topic. I'm going to do a discussion kind of vlog, something different, something to break away from the music for a little bit. So, today's topic is going to be about not video games. Talk about metal, to be more specific, the genre itself, rock and metal. What does it mean to you? Let's discuss. Now, we know what fans of metal and rock want: an outlet for anger, built up frustration in the world, be it on a more general level, like what's happening in the world, or a more personal level, something that's happening in your life. While those things I said is essentially why people listen to music at all, I think most people who don't listen to metal are more interested in asking why are metalheads so proud, so passionate, and why are they closed-minded. I want to emphasize traditional metalheads. They have that stereotype that, you know, if you like stuff, if you like older stuff, or if you are an older person who grew up in the 80s and the 90s of metal and rock, why do they refuse to embrace change? I'm sure by saying that it's gonna offend quite a number of people, but you know, I'm not here to really please anyone. The reason it's up for discussion is because it's a topic that's not talked about very frequently. Not pointing fingers, I'm not judging, I'm just saying this is a topic that's open for discussion, mature discussion. I know I'm also going to attract all the chest thumpers, all the people who are like saying, this is the only form of music. If you don't listen to metal, you don't listen to music. You don't listen to metal? What? You're a fag. You listen to that kind of metal? You're a fag. That's faggy metal. I don't get it. You know, it's music. It's a form of music. You like it, some people don't like it. Fucking get over it. Let me ask you, on a personal level, what does this genre of music mean to you? Here's a little bit about my taste of music. I listen to almost everything. I will listen to it as long as personally it sounds good to me. That includes country music. There's probably one or two country songs that I can listen to and I can say I enjoy. It sounds nice to my ears. There's a little asterisk to that. No matter how beautiful a song is arranged, I've come across a lot of songs that I like, and then when I read the lyrics, I'm just turned off. They sound like they're written by a 12-year-old kid who's going through puberty. Life sucks, and then you die. To me, it kind of takes away from the entire experience, but this really divides the metal genre for some people, because some people, quite a lot of people actually, they say things like, for example, a band called Cradle of Filth. I like them. I grew up listening to them. I started reading their lyrics and then realized that they're poetry. It's poetry. What Danny Filth writes is ingrained in Old English literature and even literature that was before. Writes in an abstract manner. Oh wow, there's so much air activity today. Singapore is small. Noise pollution, you can't escape it. No matter where you live, you can't fucking escape it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I listen to Cradle of Filth. I don't like everything they put out, but probably about 50-50. I don't listen to them like I do some bands. And then on the flip side, I listen to bands like Immure. I know, very different styles of metal. Like I said, I don't discriminate against whatever genre. If it's music, it's music. It sounds good to me, then it sounds good to me. However, their lyrics are written, I wanna watch you suck his dick. I know you'll fucking like it, bitch. Now, while I don't disagree that it's a fucking heavy song, the lyrics are nonsense. But I haven't read all the Immure lyrics before, because after I found out that that's the way he writes, I stopped looking up, because I didn't want to like, okay, I like this song. Let's not take away the beauty of the song by reading the lyrics, because I know there's a 50-50 chance that it might be shit. Oh my god, it's so annoying. I'll open the discussion first. Yeah, I kind of deviated from the original topic. I'm sorry. What I wanted to know is what metal means to you. But let me start with me. I'll get the ball rolling. To me, metal music means an escape. It's catharsis. The ability to listen to something, the ability to perform and act, whether it be listening or singing or performing. There's just emotion in it, because there are certain songs where you relate to when you hear the lyrics or when you read the lyrics, and then you're like, wow, this really relates to me. I can actually feel that this song, I wouldn't go so far as to say this song is about me. I know a lot of people say that the song is about me, man, it was written for me. No, it's not. It fucking is not. It's a common experience that everybody feels. But that's essentially what it means to me. It's sitting down or commuting or going somewhere or having a really long trip in a plane, and you're listening to music, you're really into the music, feeling the emotions that are tied to the music. Oh my god. On the one day my cat gives me peace, that happens. Now, something else I want to talk about is the stigma. Now, I'm not saying that metalheads are being discriminated against. In fact, it's since it hasn't been this popular since the 80s. Mastodon performed at Jimmy Kimmel, I think, earlier this year, and they're pretty damn metal. But other than that, we have been subject of controversy again and again in the past few decades. In fact, ever since the genre came out, we've been victims of blame for acts of violence, acts of sexual depravity. They associate all these things because that's what we sing about. That's what we write lyrics about mostly. They don't see the meaning in the song. They just read the lyrics and take it at face value. There was this scene in a metal documentary I watched where Dee Snider was in a courtroom in the 80s because they were being sued or something. And then he was there in defense, and he was basically saying that there was a song that was written and they were accused of okay, so I found a statement made by Dee Snider, courtesy of RollingStone.com. Miss Gore claimed that one of my songs, Under the Blade, had lyrics encouraging sadomasochism, bondage, and rape. Snider said in pointed turn of his testimony, the lyrics she quoted have absolutely nothing to do with these topics. On the contrary, the words in question are about surgery and the fear that it instills in people. I can say categorically that the only sadomasochism, bondage, and rape in this song is in the mind of Miss Gore. When I first saw the footage of that, I laughed so hard. Media always paints us, and it's always a religious right. They always find some kind of depraved meaning in the lyrics because they felt like the message, the lyrics were literal because the music kind of matched it. It's fast, it's angry, and it just fits. If the lyrics say, yesterday I killed 10 people, it could basically mean I broke their hearts, or I laid off 10 people. That could be the meaning. But because it has really fast drums, distorted guitars, people look at it and they say, wow, okay, this is a song about killing 10 people. You take it out of context, you don't fit in with the rest of the song, it's gonna sound like you just killed 10 people. One of the more recent big case where metal was kind of implicated or blamed was Columbine. The two school shooters had, I think, posters of Marilyn Manson, 9 Inch Nails or something like that, and they played Doom. Okay, video game is one of them. They don't understand Marilyn Manson. They don't listen to Marilyn Manson. They don't read the lyrics, try to figure out what he's trying to say. I remember the cover art for Mechanical Animals where he's just standing there and he's androgynous, kind of like a Barbie doll, basically, a really creepy Barbie doll. People, of course, they look at that and they're like, what the fuck is that? They don't say it out loud because they're religious, right? They don't swear. What in God's name, what in bejeebus is that? It's that kind of alternative imagery, alternative sound that they're not used to, because they watch TV and they listen to radio and they think that's normal. Anything else that falls outside of that spectrum is strange, weird, abnormal, depraved. So anything outside of their bubble is just filth, and they don't want to reach out and even try to understand what it's all about. So in linking this, because of how metal is always mistreated, I would say mistreated, I can't think of a better word, because metal is always mistreated, because they're always misunderstood, the genre of music is always on the sideline, it's never in the mainstream. People relate to that. People run to that because they look at all these normal people and they're like, I don't want to be like that. I have more feelings. The spectrum of my emotions is bigger than just that. Mainstream media, I don't want to just do that. I don't want to be like my parents for the rest of my life, where I lead a very known road, a road that's so well traveled that you can see all the way to the end. You know what's down that road. Basically a salt plane where you're here, you're standing here, and you can see all the way to the end. And that's where your parents are waving at you, and they expect you to walk down that one line. Whereas on the right, there are like, you're in a valley and there are like mountains. You can go left or right. You can basically go anywhere you want. But everyone is there waiting for you at the very end, expecting you to just walk straight because you can see everything in your path. That's safe. Whereas if you venture left or right, you're done. There are going to be wild animals. You're going to succumb to low oxygen. You're going to die somewhere in the wilderness and no one's going to know. But that's what metal music is. Metal music is going left and right into those mountains, into places where you know there are people there. They are not the same people who's right in front at the very end. These are people who went the same route as you did, and they found something more interesting. And that's what metal music is. It's a community of people in the hills. That doesn't sound right. It makes them sound insane and cannibal. Walk off the path that's known to everyone, and that's the kind of adventure that we all crave. And also it's a lifeline. I'm not a very social person, but I wouldn't call myself asocial. So one of the problems I had in school, and I'm sure most people experienced this before too, is that you're thrown into an environment with like 100, 200, 300, few thousand other kids, and you're kind of forced to make friends just to survive. If you're like me and you prefer choosing your friends instead of making a connection just for the sake of it, then you're going to be a very lonely kid, or you were a very lonely kid. I'm not asocial, like I said. I just want to make meaningful relationships. I did form a few bonds while I was in school. Not a lot, not as much as everyone. But to me, that was a lot better than having 50 acquaintances, which is why I don't understand people who have like 5,000, even 1,000 friends on Facebook. That's fucking unrealistic. So, like I said, I didn't have too many close friends in school. I spent most of my after school hours by myself because both my parents were working. The only thing that kind of got me through was music. It was during the days of Napster, LimeWire, Audio Galaxy, and shit like that. I actually made a lot more bonds with people who were overseas because of what we had in common, which is this genre of music. For example, if you go to any Korn album right now, Korn song on YouTube, there are a lot of adults who are my age, around 30-ish. Korn helped them through a lot of issues, and those issues are normally about fitting in, finding people who have a lot in common with you. So the lack of bonds, or the want to create more meaningful bonds, is replaced by this entire genre of music, which to me is a fucking crazy concept. Psychiatrists and psychologists are going to think, wow, you're replacing actual human connection, meaningful human connection, with music. That's healthy as a coping mechanism in a way, but you shouldn't replace it. Like I said, I'm not asocial. I have a partner. I have wonderful friends right now, friends that I chose. That's all I need. I didn't turn out to be some weird guy in some basement living. There are no basements in Singapore. There may be one. The problem is humans are not nice, but that's another discussion. Metalheads, metal music, metalheads, they're very passionate people. People who are really into this genre and basically don't delve into anything else. They're very passionate people, whether it be they creating their own music or they would pay like hundreds of dollars just to see their favorite band. These people, well, we are very sensitive to bullshit, and we usually have enough tolerance to give you like a 2-second head start to get the fuck out of our face. And that is the downside of that passion. Some people are so passionate that they can't have anyone disagree with them. That will be another topic for another video. It's basically about people who are in the comment section and they're shitting on other subgenres. Still the same genre, it's still metal, it's still rock, it's heavy music. There's hard distortion, there's screaming, but if it's not arranged in a certain way, and if a certain scale is not being used, a certain method is not being used to write that song, they fucking hate it. And that is crazy. That's crazy to me. I don't know where that came from. That's the metal elitism that I'm talking about. But I will leave that for another time. Now, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. You can continue the conversation below in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this topic, what this genre of music means to you, and how it changed your life, or it didn't, or you just like it because it sounds nice. Or you can just use the comment section below to tell me how wrong I am, because everyone loves doing that, right? So, the name is Rick from Super Ultra. I'll have probably some more of these videos talking about other topics. But until then, or until the song is released, or until the next making of video is done, I will see you soon. Goodbye.